Assyrians, no questions. While many would answer Mongols because of their brutality and some would answer Aztecs or Soviets or Waffen-SS, the Assyrians were a terrifying and exceptionally brutal army even in the Bronze Age Semitic frame of reference. Even their contemporaries agreed the Assyrians were exceptionally cruel, and the Bible actually gives a polished image of them. Every religion creates a society of its image, and the Semitic Polytheism created an exceptionally brutal, atrocious, and bloodthirsty society. The Bronze Age Semites believed the various gods were in continuous war with each other, and this was reflected on secular issues. Unlike Indo-European Polytheism, Semitic Polytheism was an exceptionally intolerant, fanatic, and bloodthirsty religion, with human sacrifices, ritual mutilations, ritual castrations, and cult prostitution being the norm. Unlike Zeus, Odin, or Jupiter, deities like Baal, Marduk, Ishtar, Nergal, and Molech strike horror even today's psyche. The Assyrian army was based on heavy 4-horse chariots, light-ridden cavalry, and heavy infantry, pikemen, and archers. It was supplemented by levies provided by enslaved and subjugated nations. It was highly professional and disciplined, which made it feared, and exceptionally brutal, which made it horrifying. They pioneered the use of terror as a weapon, and they made the lives of their enemies a living horror story. The Assyrians created tablets that showed them torturing their enemies to let the next city know what was coming. This showed them skinning their victims alive, blinding them, and impaling them on stakes. See 10 hours of being invaded by the Assyrian army lists verse. Ashurnasirpal II has left a whole series of these tablets behind, and the descriptions are positively terrifying. I flayed many right through my land and draped their skin over the walls. He boasts in one, I burned their adolescent boys and girls. A pillar of heads I erected in front of the city. The Chronicles and 2 Kings contain vivid descriptions of the Assyrians. Kingdom of Israel managed to resist their onslaught for almost 3 centuries, King Ahab fighting a stalemate with them in the Battle of 853 before Christ, but Israel finally fell to Sargon II in 722 before Christ, the result of complete destruction of Israel and its 10 tribes. The Assyrian kingdoms fell after a civil war in 612 before Christ. The oppressed nations rose in rebellion and they conquered Nineveh. The whole empire was destroyed and Nineveh itself was reduced into a heap of rubble. It was forgotten so completely that the biblical accounts were considered as mere legends. The last Assyrian stronghold fell in 609 before Christ. The ruins of Nineveh were finally discovered in 1842, and only then the biblical description were confirmed. Yes, the Assyrians were really that brutal. If you want to see are Pharaoh descendants still present today, check the following video.